All right. Good morning, everyone. Testing, testing. My name is Alima Harley, your favorite community liaison here at Broward Healthy Start Coalition. Happy Wednesday to everybody. If you're on and you're here, say good morning. I just want to make sure we're able to communicate through the chat. I have some great presentations today. September is Infant Mortality Awareness Month, right? So we want to honor that, give you some great baby safety tips because it's also Baby Safety Month. Have some great giveaways, some raffles. I have some gift cards for you all. And also, we just want to share this information to keep you and baby safe. So today, we have Samantha Silver, who is our FEMUR program manager at Broward Healthy Start Coalition. FEMUR stands for Fetal Infant Mortality Review, and she will get into all the great details of that and also tell you how you can be a part of that as a community and help out and assist with that as well. We have Vanessa Figueroa from the Florida Department of Health Drowning Prevention Program. South Florida is very hot, right? And it's all year round. It seems like we have that little cold front for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but other than that, it's hot, right? And there's pools and there's parties. So we want to talk about how to keep the baby safe. Talk about drowning prevention, and not just with pools. She'll get into bathtubs and everything as well. So we have her. And of course, we can't talk about infant mortality awareness or baby safety without the great Rachel Seeley. She is our Safe Sleep Program Manager, and she is also going to be on later today to talk to you about safe sleep. And all these things have to do with infant mortality. Now, if you don't know what that is, infant mortality is the measure of the well-being of infants, toddlers, and pregnant women. And a lot of things that are associated with infant mortality is safe sleep-related deaths, maternal health and how your pregnancy outcomes go. Samantha's going to talk a little bit about fetal kit counts, and that's very, very important. Again, like I said, drowning prevention, Florida is one of the highest when it comes to children under 5 drowning. Which is a big deal too. All right, so we're going to get into all the great details of that to talk about the preventative measures to keep you and baby safe and to make it to day 366, because that's what it's all about. We want babies to celebrate their first birthday, and we're going to discuss those preventative measures to make sure that we can get to that day and past that day, okay? So the first person I'm going to bring on is Samantha Silver. Again, she's our FEMUR program manager at Broward Healthy Start Coalition. She also sits on and chairs many committees, and she'll get in those details. So I'm going to bring Samantha on. Good morning, Samantha. How are you?
Hi, Alima. Thank you for having me.
All right, so I'm going to let Samantha get into her spiel. Now, if you have questions, feel free to post them in the chat. I do ask if you can hold off as much as possible to post them towards the end. That way they won't get lost, but I'll try my best to keep an eye on them, and she'll be able to answer your questions that you have, okay? All right, Samantha, take it away.
All right, thank you. Well, welcome, everyone. My name is Samantha Silver. I am the Fetal and Infant Mortality Review Program Manager here at the Broward Healthy Start Coalition. I'm here to tell you today what FEMUR is and express to you that we are working tirelessly to prevent fetal and infant mortality in our community. In the United States every year, about 23,000 live-born babies don't make it to their first birthday. An almost equal number of babies are stillborn without any signs of life at delivery. While fetal and infant mortality in the United States has improved in recent years, there are still disparities that persist between whites and people of color, the Latinx community, and Native Americans. In the year 2020, there were 237 fetal and infant deaths in Broward County alone. The Fetal and Infant Mortality Review, we call it FEMUR, is a community-based, action-oriented process to review fetal and infant deaths and make recommendations that can spark system-level changes and prevent future death from occurring. An extension of FEMUR, Broward County has a community action group that's nicknamed the CAG. The role of the CAG is to develop new and creative solutions to improve services and resources for families, to improve fetal and infant death, and ensure that every baby can celebrate day 366. In honor of infant mortality awareness, I want to highlight 2 areas today for all the people on the call, parents, family members. The first one is the Count the Kicks campaign, and the second are the free bereavement services that we have in our community. So let's start with Count the Kicks. Infant health starts in the belly. and daily kick counting is a tool that you can take to ensure continuous and healthy movement of your baby. At Broward Healthy Start Coalition, we promote the use of www.counttthekicks.org. Alima's going to flash it on the screen so everyone has, there we go. So feel free to access this website. They have free materials that can be delivered directly to you, or you can just simply read about the campaign. Now, the cool thing about counttthekicks.org is the free app that can be downloaded on your Android or Apple device. And it's also now available on the Fitbit or Apple Watch. And this is a tool that helps assist you in counting fetal movement. So the first step is you go on, you create a profile, everything's free, and then you let the app start counting your kicks for you. And now remember, we want to start daily kick counting at 28 weeks. Movement's going to start way before that, usually around 20 weeks. But at the 28-week mark, we want to ensure that kick counting is happening daily. The great thing about the use of this app is that once you have your profile created, the app will alert and remind you on a daily basis if you've forgotten to count your kicks yet. This app tracks, and what it does is it actually looks for patterns in the movement, so you don't have to gauge whether or not one day movement seems a little off or a little different from the day before. The app will alert you if there are any distressing signs of movement or if you should seek medical attention immediately. Remember our number one goal that I mentioned before. We want to get every baby to make it to day 366. For any additional questions on counttthekicks.org, you can put them in the chat. We'll make sure that we get them, or you can contact me directly. All of my contact information will go across the screen as well. The second initiative that I wanted to talk to you about today is that Broward Healthy Start Coalition has partnered with Tomorrow's Rainbow. They are an agency in Broward County that is there to provide free bereavement support groups for anyone in need that has experienced a pregnancy loss. The support groups are held weekly, can be done virtually or in person, depending on your comfort level and to accommodate schedules. And the services are available in 3 languages: English, Spanish, and Creole. Individual counseling is also available through Tomorrow's Rainbow. They can be contacted at 954-978-2390. And Alima has it here across the screen for us as well. Or you can choose to get in touch with me directly, and I can assist you in the process of getting in touch with them. We want to hear your voice. We need your voice. I welcome any of you that want to get in contact with me to give input, suggestions on community strategies, or if anyone is in need of any support for themselves or their families, please get in contact with me. We have a lot of initiatives here in Broward to help families get all of their babies to day 366. And if anyone is interested in becoming involved with this, please, we look forward to hearing you. Thank you for having me on today, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the session.
Thank you so much, Samantha, for that great information. All right, folks, if you have any questions in the chat regarding infant mortality or femur or how you can get more involved, please post them in the chat. I just want to go over quickly again about this Count the Kicks information. It's very, very important, ladies, and family that's watching, to encourage your mate or your siblings, your family and friends to download this app if they are pregnant. Very, very important to start counting your kicks at least at 28 weeks. All right. You want to do those twice a day. You can try to pick the times where you know baby is most active, and you can lay on your side, get comfortable, however your comfortability is, and start the timer on that. The app is a free app. You also can download a profile, again, like Samantha said, and it will help log your counts daily. And if you're anything like me, you know they have this thing called baby brain, right? Where you may be forgetful during pregnancy. This app is cool because if it realizes that you haven't counted your kicks today, it will remind you and say, hey, you haven't counted your kicks in a while. Let's do it right now. And then it starts the timer for you. You can push the button every time you feel movement. Okay, so this is very, very important that we want you to download this. And yes, they have now upgraded. Times have changed. And now things have elevated in ways that we have things even down on our wrist. So now you can get it on Fitbit or your iWatch if you have that. As well as on your iPhone or Android use. And also you can go to counttthekicks.org. I'm not sure if we have any providers watching, but you can go to counttthekicks.org to download and get free information, and it's shipped to you for free. Okay. So it's very, very important to make sure, ladies, that you have that if you are pregnant and that you're counting your kicks twice a day, filling at least 10 movements within 2 hours. Okay. None of that, oh, the baby is too big and is running out of room, that's why you don't feel anything. No, the baby is not sleeping all day. You want to make sure that your baby is very active and moving throughout the day. And if not, you want to contact your healthcare provider to let them know there's a change in the pattern immediately. Do not wait. Okay. It's very important. Do not wait. If it doesn't feel right, then it's not right. You want to contact your provider. Okay. All right, so right now I see I have a thank you so much, Amanda, for great information. Everything was received well. So what we're going to do, I have some raffles that I want to give away. We want to see how much you guys are paying attention. And I also just want to shout out to our sponsors for the Shower to Empower events that are happening all year in 2021. We do 3 community events. We do them in 3 different languages, where we give you information about stress management and prenatal care and all these different things, safe sleep, car seat safety. And we do that to educate our community about keeping mom safe and baby safe and healthy mom and healthy baby. And we also, as you know, if you know us, we give out a lot of raffles, car seats, playpens, high chairs, things that you need that are probably on your registries. So I just want to shout them out, and I'm going to do a quick video to talk about so they can, plug their information, and then we'll be back for a quick raffle, and then we'll move on to our drowning prevention segment. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
A healthy future from day one. Our Moms First program can help our pregnant members have a healthy pregnancy, delivery, and baby. Learn more at humana.com/moms.
Shower to Empower event. We embrace its mission to support pregnant women, fathers, and support caregivers with infants, to provide education and promote a healthy start in the life of their baby. At Liberty, we seek to empower our communities through oral health education and outreach. As a premier dental insurer for some of the nation's largest health plans, labor groups, and commercial clients, we specialize in serving vulnerable populations, including Medicaid, Medicare Advantage, and Marketplace exchanges, and we have proudly served Floridians for over 10 years. We are an industry leader in promoting the connection between oral and physical health, understanding that so many oral and physical health issues are related. Oral health during pregnancy is particularly critical for the health of the mother and baby. Liberty conducts outreach and education, and partners with community organizations to better serve our pregnant women members. We help them access care, as well as provide information about the importance of establishing a dental home for their child within the first year of life. We also provide care coordination for our members and build meaningful relationships with dental and health providers, government programs, and community organizations, helping our members improve whole person health. Liberty knows that when pregnant women and young children can access dental care, it leads to a foundation for health and a better quality of life.
For better health, start here with Memorial Healthcare System, providing safe, convenient, high-quality care options that are right for you. But what should you do? See your primary care doctor via telehealth or in person? See a doctor online? Head to urgent care or schedule a virtual visit? Get 24/7 care or head to the ER? The right choice can save money and time. So start here, and we'll help you choose at mhs.net/start here for an exceptional care experience from Memorial.
There's nothing more important than your health or your family's health. At Community Care Plan, we're focused on one thing: providing you with quality care from a health plan you can trust. To not have to worry about whether or not you can afford to see a doctor that day. To trust that your child's health will be cared for at every step. Our insurance plans help people get quality care that's affordable from highly rated doctors. And we are owned by Florida's leaders in healthcare: Broward Health, Memorial Healthcare System, and the Joe DiMaggio and Sala Children's Hospitals. Don't wait to feel confident in your healthcare. Visit ccpcares.org today to get started with Community Care Plan, the health plan with a heart.
Of improving access, 20 years of creating safe spaces and enhancing the lives of those most vulnerable, 20 years of guiding policy, 20 years of leadership, 20 years of providing funds. The Children's Services Council of Broward County. For the past 20 years and beyond, our focus is our children.
All around us, hiding in plain sight, is a system built on interconnected needs and desires. It aims to improve health, provide better care while managing the costs. But it's a system out of balance, struggling to have it all. Today, we're stepping out to say that when it comes to healthcare, quality shouldn't be a trade-off. Service shouldn't be a sacrifice, and cost shouldn't be a barrier. As the connection point that's linking the components of healthcare, we have the ability to make a difference. We're bringing our national reach, clinical expertise, and advanced services together to be the engine helping healthcare have it all. Quest Diagnostics, powering affordable care.
Healthcare has never been more essential. If you're an Ambetter member, we're ensuring you'll get the care you need by providing access to doctors and hospitals near you, by making it easier to get care and medication from home, by being here for you. And if you're not our member but have lost access to health insurance, we want to help by providing affordable coverage to protect your family's health. Because healthcare is essential. And Ambetter believes it should be within reach, too.
All right, welcome back. All right, so now Vanessa Figueroa, from the Florida Department of Health is coming up next, but I have a quick question. I want to give out 2 gift cards. These are going to be $15 Walmart gift cards that you will have to come pick up, ladies, or possibly can mail. Don't count my promises, but we're going to work it out. Okay, so the first question is, how many times a day should you count your kicks, and how many movements are you looking for in that kick count? All right. How many times a day should you count your kicks, and how many movements are you looking for? How many? Can you go ahead and put that in the chat, and I will announce the winner of this gift card for Walmart for $15. Let me get something to write this down. All right. Who we looking for? And make sure, again, it's how many times should you count your kicks in a day, and how many movements are you looking for when you're doing your kick count? Come on, it's kind of like a 2 and 1. Okay, so I see Zamia. Okay, not yet. Come on, here we go. All right, I want to know, how many times a day should you count your kicks, and how many movements or kicks are you looking for in that time period when you're doing your counting? I see a lot of answers in here. Here we go. Boom. 2 times a day and 10 kicks per 2 hours when you're counting those kicks. Okay, so Leanna Davis, congratulations, you have the right answer. You're the first one I saw. And again, ladies, you see, just for the fact that I see all these different answers, it's very, very, very important that you count your kicks at least twice a day. Okay, make sure that you have at least 10 fetal movements. You feel some type of punches, rolls, kicks, pushes. We want to know that your baby is active and that your baby is healthy. And kicks and fetal kicks is one of the last things that can go if the baby is trying to signal that something is wrong. So it's very important. The app is free. If you don't have capabilities to get for Android or iOS apps, or if you don't have those watches, just visit countthekicks.org, or you can reach out to us at Healthy Start. We will love to give you the information and be able to assist you moms, because a healthy mom means healthy baby, and we want everyone to be healthy. And again, make it to day 366. So thank you again, Leanna Davis, for that one. I want you to make sure that you message me on Broward Healthy Starts Coalition's Facebook page, your real name, because I know a lot of times Facebook names aren't real names, your name and your phone number, so I can contact you and you can come pick up your gift card. Okay. All right, so I want to move right along. The next up right now, and trust me, I have a lot more on the way, but I'm trying to be respectful of everyone's time. And Vanessa Figueroa is helping us out today and going to give us this great information. We're talking about drowning prevention. We're talking about water safety. That includes bathtubs, your toilets, leaving the leftover mop buckets around the house. And also, Vanessa has some gifts for anybody who has a pool or would like the pool door alarm that you'll see in this short video that I'm going to play shortly, that can let you know if somebody is exiting out the door where the pool is, because it's very, very important that we try to keep an eye on our children and keep them away. And children are busy and they are fast. I have 3 young ones, and I know it's hard, and those door alarms will definitely help us keep them safe. So I'm going to shoot to this clip, and Vanessa is coming right up. Check out this water safety clip from Water Smart Broward. I feel like that's right. And one of the funders, Children's Service Council of Broward County and Florida Department of Health and Swim Central. All right, so check this video clip out, and Vanessa's coming right up.
How many times has the day-to-day events taken your eye off of the important things that matter? For every child who dies from drowning, 4 others are hospitalized and 3 suffer brain damage. All too often, simple measures are overlooked that can save a child's life. But what if you knew what those measures were that could stop a tragedy? Simple, water-smart measures that can be the difference between life and something far scarier. Should a child disappear from sight, check the water first to be sure the child is not there. If you live with a pool on your property, you owe it to yourself to take whatever measures necessary to protect the ones you love. Being water smart is the only way to go when children's lives are at stake. A primary line of defense is always a capable adult to make sure a child does not leave a safe area unsupervised. As a parent, be sure to assign a responsible adult in your absence to supervise your child. Be sure that exit points to the pool area have door alarms. Another line of defense is a pool fence, which would prevent a child's unattended curiosity from creating a tragedy everyone regrets. And ultimately, any supervising adult in the household should know how to administer CPR to a child should the unimaginable happen. To learn more about being water smart, go to watersmartbroward.org.
All right, welcome back. So next up, let's bring out Vanessa Figueroa, and I'm sure that video probably touched many of you. It gets me every time. Like I said, I have 3 small boys, 6, 4, and 1, and they are busy and they are fast. And I'm always nervous when we are outside with pool activities or even inside. So Vanessa's going to give you all the details about that. Welcome, Vanessa. How are you? Good morning. I can't hear you.
Good morning. Can everybody hear me now?
Yes, we're good.
And can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, I can see you great.
Awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm super excited to be hanging out with you guys. Thank you again, Alima, for this opportunity. So like she mentioned, I'm just going to get right to it. Hold on. I'm just going to put my slideshow real quick.
I see you working.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, take it away.
Thank you. So excited to be hanging out with you guys. Like Alima mentioned, my name is Vanessa Figueroa. I do work for the Florida Department of Health, and I'm actually in the drowning prevention program. Right now, drowning is the #1 cause of death from ages 1 to 4. Florida is actually the leading state, and Broward County is actually one of our leading counties. I don't know if you guys saw in the news maybe a month ago of a little one drowning in Fort Lauderdale River. Just a few weeks ago, the child was found at 10 p.m. at night. It was a very sad story. And this is why we do what we do. This is why we educate anyone who would give us an ear, especially with communities that are with children under the age of 4. Drownings is targeted with that age group, ages 1 to 4. It is no surprise. They're young. The heaviest part of their body at that age is their head. They don't know how to swim. They don't know how to call for help. You know, the list goes on, but it doesn't mean that other age groups aren't passing away due to drownings. It is sad to say, but this time last year, we have actually surpassed the drowning. So as you can see, it is an issue that we all have to work hard, to change. In the past, drownings were considered a form of accident. Now that is not the case. Drownings are no longer considered accidental because they can be 100% preventable. If you were to define the word drowning, a lot of people will come up with different definitions. I like to say suffocation in the lungs of any liquid. If that child is young and they're getting water into their lungs, it's not going to be a good day. So we like to talk about how even 2 inches of water can be enough for a drowning to occur. And how big is the problem? We're losing about 4,000 people statewide every single year. And this is an illustration for Florida. And for Florida, we're losing about, the last one was United States. I apologize. And for Florida, this is the illustration we use. And it's we lose enough children to fill 4 to 5 classrooms every single year. Obviously, these are not the faces of the victims, but kind of wakes us up to the reality of what's going on. Like I mentioned before with drownings, there's a lot of misconceptions. For starters, people think that it takes more than 2 inches of water. I tell people to take 2 fingers over your nose, under your lip. If this area is covered with water, it is enough for you to drown. I also want you to know with misconception, the drownings are actually very quick and very silent. They're not going to be like the movies, like the shows. There's usually no splashing or screaming. It's more of a sinking motion, and they are silent. Another huge information I want you guys to know with drownings, there are 2 categories. We have fatal drowning outcome, which means the person drowns. There's no resuscitation. They can't get that heartbeat. There's no return. And then there's another outcome, and that's considered non-fatal. With non-fatals, 2 things can happen. One, there's a full recovery. Someone takes you out of the body of water. They do CPR. You're A-OK. Maybe you have a phobia of the water, but physically you are all right. That's considered a full recovery. If anyone here, when you were younger, almost drowned, you had a non-fatal drowning. However, within non-fatal drownings, we have a huge portion of people that are not so lucky. For example, we have the story of Blake. He is probably now about 16 years old, but at the age of 3, Blake had a drowning incident himself. By 3, he was already walking and saying a few words, but because of this drowning incident, Blake will now need assistance for the rest of his life. And this is another reason why we target drownings. We target drownings this way because even if someone can survive a drowning, it doesn't mean their quality of life will ever be the same. More than 50% of non-fatal drowning deaths treated in the emergency room require hospitalization or transfer for further care. We're talking about long-term effects. We're talking about effects that there's no return to. We're talking about, no brain activity, no mobility, no communication, no speech. So this is why we do what we do, to just educate people as much as we can. Like I mentioned before, drownings are not going to be like the movies. Remember the 2-4-6 rule. 2-4-6 rule. It takes 2 minutes for someone to begin to be distressed or in trouble in the water. 4 minutes for irreversible brain damage. That's a lot like Blake's story. And about 6 minutes for that drowning to turn fatal to non-fatal. Non-fatal to fatal, meaning there's no return from that. Okay. When we've interviewed lifeguards, they tell us that it looks more like a sinking motion and a lot like this photo right here. You'll probably see the head bobbing up and down, but that's about it. Not that much screaming, not that much flailing of the arms. With drowning prevention, we have come up with core reasons why these drownings are happening due to the death reviews that happen in our county, or the incidents that happen in our county. For starters, supervision is key. A majority of the drownings that happen every single year are due to lack of supervision. And I'm not talking about lack of supervision, meaning, bad parents, uncaring parents. We're talking about lack of supervision that's under than 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, so we want you to know that this happens to incredible, great parents that have done everything right, but just, it's so quick and it's so silent. Another huge reason for these drownings are hazards, understanding the hazards. Like number 1, it takes more than 2 inches. Number 2, it takes up to 2 minutes. Number 3, when a child goes missing, look with areas of water first. Make sure you drain the water when you're taking a child a bath, or you put the toys away when you're done with playtime in the backyard pool. All these different things that can attract that drowning, we have to stay on top of it. We have to, spread the word so that people can, have that common sense that we've so often overlooked. I know myself, I am now 31 years old, but I started nannying at the age of 15, and I did that for about 5 years. It was one of my first jobs, and I nannied a few families, but I remember my very first family, the mom's orders for me was every day when I picked up Lyric, I would put her in the bath, and my specific job was to, once she's in the bath, put some toys, some bubbles, leave her there for about 15 to 20 minutes. And while she was in there playing, having fun, I was to start dinner, fold laundry, and get some stuff organized. You know what I mean? So that mother right there had no idea. A lot of people don't understand that it takes a little bit of water, that, you know, that drownings are happening in our backyard, in our bathroom tubs. And another big one is even when we are outside with backyard inflatable pools, even those small pools during COVID, those small inflatable pools sold out in Walmart. You know, so it's just like dumping that water out. Even buckets of water, we've had drownings in our county just maybe 3 years ago. Okay, so it just shows you that it is an issue that's happening. We overlook things like a bucket of water in our kitchen corner. So little things to stay on top of. Another one is barriers, finding ways to delay their access to the water with gates, door alarms. Even a doggy gate can go a long way. Having pool doors that automatically close and latch on their own. All these things play a key role in preventing those drownings. Last but not least, knowing how to swim, and of course, knowing how to do CPR. Any questions so far? I know I'm talking a lot, putting a lot of information on you. Okay, sorry. One thing that we're actually doing, we've been doing it for about 5 years, is our SPUD Club. It means Students Preventing Unintentional Drownings. We are in a few high schools and a few middle schools. Some of them are virtual and some of them are in person. Just wanted to mention that. So if you have any students from the age of sixth grade to high school seniors, you know, we have this wonderful club for some schools. So if that's something that you would like your child to be a part of, just let us know how we can connect with that school. And then the biggest resource I want you guys to know, sorry, I'm trying to go back to the last important slide. These are a few pictures of SPUD students. For our SPUD students, we do give service hours, free swimming lessons, CPR demonstrations, and just different scenarios and education on drowning prevention and water safety. One of the biggest resources, and this is what I want to end with, is if you live in Broward County and you have a child from 6 months to 4 years of age, it can actually qualify for a set of swimming lessons. The way it works is you go on our website, watersmartbroward.org. Again, that's watersmartbroward.org. It is on the screen. There's going to be a tab on the top that says Kids Coupon or Swim Coupon. You click it, you put your child's information in. The only catch is that child needs to be under the age of 4, and you need to have a Broward County address. In about 5 to 10 business days, we will receive it in the mail. That same voucher is a $40 value. So what you can do is 2 things. You can search for a swimming pool, which is also, there's a list in our website. It's under swimming pools near us. There's going to be a list of pools. Some of the pools will accept the voucher at full value, meaning you don't have to pay anything out of pocket, while other aquatic centers will do it at a discounted value where they'll take the voucher, $40, and you pay the rest. So make sure you search around, dig around before you actually show up at aquatic center. Scheduling that lesson over the phone is important before you actually show up. And then last but not least, this is great information, new information, is starting October 10th, they have extended that age group. It's starting October 10th, so this Friday, we will begin to allow the lessons for ages 6 months to age 8. Okay, 6 months to age 8. So if you have a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, those little ones are now can now get these free swimming lessons. We're not sure how long we're going to do this. They don't have an expiration date as of now. It's all due to funding, how long it'll last, how many people will take advantage of this, and so on. Okay, so think about if we were able to do this for a year or more than that. You could do your 6-year-old now, do it again when he's 7. It's really, really incredible. But don't forget, from 6 months all the way up to age 8, starting starting October 1st, and then before October 1st, we have 6 months to 4. Okay, so it's a wonderful resource. I want to let you know, for anyone that signs up that child, some Water Smart Broward has allowed another great addition. That, let's say mom is signing up her child for the swimming lessons. In the bottom of that sign up, there's going to be a little button that you can press if you yourself would like to get a swimming lesson, or you yourself would like to learn the basics of swimming. Keep in mind, this lesson will not happen at the same time with your child. It will be separate times. But again, another great resource, another great way to get that parent and child in the water, teaching them how to swim. Little ones watch parents, they watch what they do, they will mimic and copy them. So it's a great thing to look out for. Again, my name is Vanessa Figueroa. I know I just shared a lot of information, but just know that I'm here if you have any questions. Thank you.
Vanessa, that was amazing. I've seen this, you do your presentation a few times, and I know you partner with Healthy Start and previous showers events. And I always learn so much every single time. And like I said, I really loved when you mentioned, this doesn't happen to somebody because they're considered a bad parent. You can be a very good parent, but it's that small window. A lot can happen in that 2 to 4 to 6 minute range, right? Very quickly. So it's just about trying to do your best, and by doing preventative things, like you said, making sure the bathtub is drained, making sure there's no buckets of water or things like that. I'm pretty sure you probably mentioned a fence at the pool, and I did mention the door alarms. So if you're on watching and you would like a door alarm similar to the one you saw in that video that made that very loud noise, please message me at the Broward Healthy Start Coalition Facebook page. Vanessa's going to drop by sometime this week or next week to get those. And then once they arrive, I will let you know when you can come and pick them up.
Alima, I did see a question that I want to answer.
Yes, we have two.
Is there any parent and baby swimming classes available? So it's different for each aquatic center. Just so you know that, it depends for the aquatic center. So what I encourage you guys to do is, when you go on the site, it says swimming lessons near you, piscinas cerca de ti. It'll be English and Spanish. Click it. It'll show you about 50 pools in Broward. Some of the pools some of them are closed. It'll show you some of them are under construction. Some of them a majority of them are back and running and open. So I just encourage you to call around, see which one fits best for you, your schedule, your pricing, and so on. I encourage finding ones that are, the ones that full value, so you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. But yes, it depends on the center. Lots of centers are already providing parent and baby swimming classes. Yes, they do.
There's another one too. I'm sorry, go on.
Some aquatic centers don't like when they're together because they see it's distracting, but it depends. Everyone's different. And yes, I did see another one. I did receive a coupon. Now it's expired. Can I be issued another coupon? Yes. Actually, when you sign up for the voucher, there's going to be a little box. It'll be like, did you lose it or did it expire? And you could click that and they will allow you to do it again. If you sign up for the lessons and actually register for them, that voucher number will show that you did. So they'll be able to see, oh, wait, she didn't use it, therefore she probably did lose it, or it was expired. So yes, there is an option for that. Guys, some aquatic centers are taking the child as early as 3 months. 3 months. What does this mean? That means that by 3 months, 6 months, that child can learn to float on their back. By the age of 1 is when they can start learning to swim from one end of the pool to the other. The voucher begins at 6 months, but I just want to show you, look how early they're beginning those lessons. If the child cries, please encourage the families that you work with to keep that lessons going. Some children don't like it. Nonetheless, it's important. Yes, I saw another question here. ¿Tienes clases de natación para niños? Sí, señora. El website is www.watersmartbroward.org. Van a tener partes que son español, so it will be translated partly. Va a decir piscinas cerca de ti, and then you can call from there. And the voucher as well is translated in Spanish. So not the entire website, but some parts are. And then my website is also, not my website, my email, Alima can give it to you. I don't have an option to write in the comments, just so you know, it doesn't give me the option.
That's okay. I'll put up a banner.
Yeah. And then for door alarms, yes, you can contact Alima and we'll take it from there.
Now I'm going to put it up. And I just want to let Tell me if I spelled it correctly, okay?
Yes.
I took a stab at it. Is it like that?
Oh, I don't see it.
Look on the bottom of your screen, like right under where your face is.
Yes, you got it.
All right. So if you have any further questions for Vanessa,
There is one more question.
Her. If you think of something later, or if you just want more information about the Water Smart Broward, please feel free to reach out or visit the www.watersmartbroward.org. Thank you so much again for your time. We really, really appreciate you being here and sharing that great information with us. Well, until next time, thank you so much, Vanessa.
No problem. Thank you.
Have a good one. All right, folks. Well, that was some great information, very valuable. I have Rachel Seeley coming up next. I have another gift card. The question would be, what is the amount of water that someone can drown? She said it a few times. I feel like it's very, very important. This is for another $15 Walmart gift card. What is the amount of water that someone can drown in? Can somebody please post it in the chat? What I'll do is while I'm trying to kill two birds. Oh, y'all got to it so fast. Hold on. Who's that first person? Wait, it's moving fast. There we go. Alexandra Morales Flores, 2 inches of water. She said from your nose to your mouth, which is about 2 inches, or mine maybe a little bit bigger. We're not going to get into that. But that you can drown. So we want to make sure that we are emptying all amounts of water in the house. We're not leaving any cups, any buckets, making sure that the bathtub is drained once bath time is over. Okay, so Alexandra, please message me. Again, Broward Healthy Start Coalition Facebook page. Send me an instant message with your full name and your phone number so I can contact you about how to get your gift card. I'm going to shoot to this quick PSA. I know we're running a little bit behind, but I'm hoping that you have some time to stay with us. I'm going to go to this quick PSA. I'm going to say sleep, and then we're going to bring up one of our faves, Rachel Seeley. And she is going to get into this. Oh, no, you know what? We're going to have to reverse some things here because I'm going to have to shoot to Rachel first because I forgot something. But we're going to get there. So I hope she's ready. Give me a thumbs up. You're ready. You're waving. She's ready. Hi, Rachel.
Hi. Hello, everybody. Hi, Alima. Thank you all so much for having me.
Thank you for being here again. And you get ready to give us this great information about safe sleep. So I'm going to let you take it away so I can prepare my video.
Sure, absolutely.
All right. Take it away.
All right. So I'll give you the basics of safe sleep. The most important first thing that we want to know, and the thing that I'm sure Alima is going to ask you about for the quiz and questionnaire and the gift certificate, are the ABCs. Okay, so A stands for alone. Okay, we always want to make sure our baby is alone with no blankets, no pillows, no stuffed animals, no toys, no bumper pads, no removable clothing, just like hats or socks, just the baby. Okay, we have to make sure that that baby is alone in the crib. B stands for back. We always want to make sure that the baby is placed on the back for each and every sleep, including nap times. Okay, and C stands for crib. Okay, we want to make sure that your baby is always placed to sleep in a crib, a bassinet, or a portable crib, otherwise known as a pack and play. Okay, Alima is going to put the number for Connect down at the bottom of the screen when she can. If you or someone you know needs a crib or a safe sleep space for your baby, we highly encourage that you call Connect. The number is 954-567-7174, or you can also email safesleep@browardhsc.org. I believe the email and the information is at the bottom. So I can get into a little bit of the why behind the what. So sometimes people ask me, well, why do babies need to be placed to sleep alone? Okay, so I know that it looks really great when we have the bumper pads and the blankets and the pillows and all that stuff. It looks really comfy and cozy, but it's actually really dangerous for your baby. Why? Okay, so one of the reasons is because babies like to grab things. They like to grip onto things. And I can't really see in the chat, but I'm sure if I asked, okay, what happens when a baby has something in their hands? Okay, what happens? So if I ask that in the chat, I'm sure a lot of you would be putting, well, they put it right in their mouths, right? So if I'm a baby and I'm sleeping and I take, one of those blankets or pillows or stuffed animals or toys and I stick it in my mouth, right? I'm not breathing out of my mouth anymore. I'm breathing out of my nose. Okay. And I can create something called a pocket of CO2 or a pocket of air. Okay. And while I'm sleeping, I can start rebreathing in my own air. Okay. And unlike us as adults, okay, we would wake up from something like that. Like if a blanket was put over our face and we started to rebreathe in our own air, that's called an arousal threshold. Okay. So our arousal threshold, our brain would say, hey, listen, Rachel, there's a problem. Take that blanket off of your face. Okay. So I would take it off of my face and I'd be able to breathe. Babies don't have that. So what's going to happen is they're going to be breathing that air, the same air in and out of their nose and create that pocket of CO2. And they're going to go into a very deep sleep, almost like pass out in their sleep. And their breathing is going to slow down and eventually they're going to pass away. Okay, so we really don't want anything in the baby's crib but the baby. Okay, and sometimes I get the question, well, Rachel, what if my baby is cold? I can't put a blanket on my baby. Well, what if my baby is cold, right? We highly encourage that you put your baby in a sleep sack, okay, or a wearable blanket. Okay, we provide them at Broward Healthy Start. If you need a crib, they come with each pack and play, but they're pretty cheap. They zip up, they go right on your baby. They're wearable blankets. They're really great. They're very safe. You can even put your baby in socks inside of the wearable blanket, so that way the baby can't take the socks off. Okay, which leads me to another thing. Sometimes I see babies that are layered in clothing, like layers and layers of clothing, and people are so worried about the baby being cold. Well, the thing is that babies are the same temperature as us, right? So they're 97.5 to 98.6 degrees, just like adults, right? So if you would be hot in it, your baby is probably hot in it. So the American Academy of Pediatrics, okay, the nation's leading experts say, okay, that your baby should be in one extra layer of clothing than what you have on. So if you have on jeans and a t-shirt, your baby should be put in maybe like a onesie and jeans and a t-shirt. Okay, so that covers the alone. Okay, so that's the A, alone. Okay, B, back. All right, so there are a couple of reasons why we should always start our babies on the back. Okay, the first is that your baby will not choke if they're on their back. So that's actually a common misconception. All right, so if we had like a little anatomy lesson right now, there's kind of two tubes in your body, and your trachea, your breathing tube, is on top of your feeding tube. Okay, so if you spit up as a baby, it's going to go up your feeding tube and right back down into your belly. It's not even going to touch the breathing tube. Okay, whereas if you're on your belly and you spit up, that food's going to go from your feeding tube right into your trachea, into your breathing tube, and it's going to obstruct the airway or block the airway. So we always want to start our babies on their back for each and every sleep. Another reason why is because your baby's actually cooler when they're on their back. Okay, their chest, their tops of their feet, their head, okay, their body is cooler, and we want that. We want our babies to be nice and cool when they're sleeping. Okay, sometimes I hear, well, Rachel, if I put my baby on the belly, he sleeps better, he sleeps harder, he sleeps longer. Okay, and yeah, that's true, but it's also unsafe. Your baby is hot and they're sleeping deeply, and we don't want that. Okay, we want our babies to be waking up every couple of hours, okay, to feed. We want them to develop that arousal threshold, that ability to wake up if there is a problem. Another reason why is that if your baby is on the belly sleeping, okay, then their chest is compressed against the mattress and they have to work extra hard to take those deep breaths, right? So we really want to make sure that we're always starting our babies on our backs. Now, sometimes I get the question, well, Rachel, what if my baby rolls over? I put him on his back and then he rolls over. Okay, that's okay. Your baby is supposed to learn to roll over. It's a developmental marker, a lot like walking, right? I don't expect any parent, any caretaker to stand over the crib flipping their baby. No. Just always start our babies on their backs. And C stands for crib, which is a really, really important one, okay? We always want to make sure that our babies are placed to sleep in a crib, a bassinet, or a portable crib, sometimes called a pack and play, okay? We don't want our baby sleeping in bed with us, all right? And I hate to be a little morbid and give the negative facts, but we've had 70 deaths in the last 5 years in Broward County that are sleep related. 67% of those have been in an adult bed. Okay, so there's three main reasons typically why people decide to sleep with their babies. One, safety. People feel like it's safer to sleep with their babies, and that's just not the case. Okay, it's actually safer for our babies to be sleeping in a crib. Cribs have hard surfaces, which is really good for the neck, the spine, the head, the shoulder, muscle alignment. That first year of life, that's when we're forming those muscles. Okay, and that's what they need to sleep. Okay. So that's one reason why. The second reason is that in regards to safety, if we're worried about being close to our infants, we're worried about being there if there's a problem, the AAP, the American Academy of Pediatrics, recommends room sharing. Okay, so we want to put the crib next to the bed. Okay, so maybe a couple feet away from the bed. So we can hear the baby if there's a problem and pick the baby up. Okay. The second reason is convenience. People are often thinking, well, it's more convenient for me to sleep with my baby for breastfeeding. Well, that's why we encourage room sharing, right? We want to make sure that the baby is safe in that crib. Okay. Now, sometimes I hear, well, Rachel, my baby doesn't like to sleep in the crib. He likes to sleep in bed with me. And I kind of joke around and make the silly joke that, well, your baby is a baby and they like what you tell them to like, right? So if you put them in the crib and that's all they know, then that's what they're going to like. Now, if you put your baby in bed with you and then one day you put your baby in the crib, of course they're going to cry. They're going to want to be with you. But beds are really unsafe for babies. Okay, they're soft, which is, like I said, really bad for the alignment of the neck, head, shoulder, spine muscles. Things can get on top of the baby, like blankets or pillows or stuffed animals or toys. You can roll over on your baby in the middle of the night. Okay, an arm, a leg, a limb, a shoulder. Okay, your baby can roll on the belly. Okay, and not be able to roll himself back. Okay, and we've seen this happen time and time again. Babies have rolled off the beds as well. Okay, and sometimes I hear, well, Rachel, I'm a really light sleeper. I wake up for everything. Okay, I hear this all the time. And unfortunately, there really isn't such a thing as a light sleeper. Okay, and while you might wake up for a lot of things during the night, you don't wake up for everything. Okay, and if you on the call right now are a mom or a dad or a caretaker of a baby, you know that right now, I would bet you $1 million that you right now are tired. You're probably tired. You're probably stressed out. And you could probably use a nap. Okay. So when we're tired, we sleep a little bit deeper. Okay. And yes, you love your baby. Yes, you have a maternal instinct. Yes, you care about your baby. But at night, when we're sleeping, we're not conscious. We're not aware. Okay. And so if God forbid you roll over on your baby or a blanket or a pillow gets on your baby's not going to wake up and you're not going to wake up. And it only takes one really sound sleep for a devastating accident to occur. Okay, so we really want to make sure that we are putting our babies alone, okay, on the back and in the crib. Okay, and the third reason why people typically sleep with their baby, what we've heard in studies, is culture. Okay, this is what my mom did with me. This is what my grandmother did with my mom. Or this is what I've done with my other children. Okay, I hear that a lot. Okay, and I always kind of give the example, I give the joke that let's say that this is alcohol, which it's not, I promise, it's coffee, all right? But let's say that it's alcohol and I'm drinking. And after this, I get in the car and I go to Target. I come back, right? Nothing happens. I don't get a DUI. I don't get into a car accident. Nothing happens. Does that mean it's safe to drink and drive? No, it means I got lucky. And that's what we're seeing each year is that people are getting lucky, okay? Roughly 3,500 infants die every single year in our country due to sleep-related deaths. And we just had Vanessa on the call, and she was talking about drowning. That is a preventable death. Sleep-related deaths are 100% preventable. And so we want to prevent those. We want to prevent those numbers. We want to prevent those babies from dying. And we want to keep your baby specifically as safe, healthy, and well and happy as possible. And the only way to do that is by practicing the ABCs of safe sleep. So that's my little spiel. Alima, I'm not sure if you're on or if you can come back on or if there are any questions. I'm here to answer.
All right. Thank you so much, Rachel. We do have some questions. And of course, great presentation. You get me every time with the alcohol spiel. I remember repeating some of the things that you say to moms, and they go, "What do you mean I'm lucky?" And then once I give them the alcohol spiel, they get it. And you're right. You may have had one lucky night where you had way too much to drink and you made it home.
Yep.
You were lucky.
Yep.
And the same thing related to sleep-related death. Co-sleeping is a no-no. Bed sharing is a no-no. Taking a nap on the couch is a no-no. And I promise you all, this is Rachel every single day of the week, morning to evening. I had recently had a baby. He is now 1. And every time she saw me, she asked me, how was he sleeping? And she wanted to know that he was doing the ABCs alone on the back in the crib. Okay, so again, we have that Safe Sleep program at Broward Healthy Start Coalition. We're going to get into some of these questions because you had quite a few come up.
Please.
All right, so the first one that I saw is, where can I get the wearable blanket? I think that's Stephanie is referring to that sleep sack that you were talking about. All right, so where can she get it?
So there are many places you can get it, Stephanie. They sell them at Target, Walmart, Amazon. They're pretty cheap. I believe they're like under $6. All you have to type in is sleep sack. Okay, so the sleep sacks are great. They have zippers. So sometimes they have two-way zippers, so you can zip up and change your baby's diaper and then zip it back down. They're great. We highly recommend them. I want to ensure, though, that when in the umbrella of swaddling, sometimes when we talk about swaddling, right, should I swaddle my baby? We do not want our baby swaddled with the arms like this. Okay. The wearable blanket is a perfect swaddler. We want our babies to have that free range of motion of the arms. So when we talk about wearable blankets, you're going to see that they have those zippers and they have those holes for the arms. So you can find them at Walmart, Publix, Amazon, Bye Bye Baby, Babies R Us. Okay. You can find them pretty much anywhere.
Okay. So there we go. All right. Another one. Here we go. Is the mat that comes with the pack and play okay, or do I need to purchase a new mattress for it?
Excellent question. So any pack and play or portable crib that is sold, okay, on the market today is approved by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. And that is A-okay. All right. We don't want to purchase any extra mats. So if you're talking about a mat that that someone gave you that's soft, we don't want anything soft. Basically, the rule of thumb is that if you can take the pack and play like mattress and you can knock on it and it's hard, we're A-okay. We want that firm surface for our baby to sleep on for the alignment. Great question.
All right. Thanks so much for that. I just want to put this up there because I know you're great, but we want you know that everyone else thinks you're great too. She said she loves how you explain everything.
Thank you.
In detail. All right. So thank you so much, Alexandra, for that comment. It looks like it was a statement, but I do want you to touch on that because I feel like, the market is designed to make anything. I feel like the baby selling market is the easiest way to get someone, especially a first-time mom, because you think you need everything, right? And I'm, as Rachel said, she's willing to bet $1 million. I'm willing to bet that any mom on here that has a second child, or even after they had their first child and they made it to day 366, they're looking back and realizing that half of the stuff that they thought that they wanted or needed, they either did not use it, or use it once or twice, and now it's just sitting there collecting dust, or in my house, it's like the new laundry basket.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I always feel like they always try to come up with things to sell to make you think, oh, this is a good option. But this person put that they feel like the Muslim blankets are good and you can breathe through them. But again, no loose blankets, right?
Right. So no loose blankets. I'm not sure what you're talking about with a Muslim blanket. And I don't know if that's maybe you can elaborate if that's like a religious custom.
It's a very thin. I honestly think the term is like muslin. It's like a very thin blanket. I have some very, very thin, and they're actually a lot bigger than your regular receiving blanket. That's what they call them.
Okay,
a lot longer, super, super thin, almost sheer a little bit, but not technically. It's like a very, very light linen.
Sure. Yeah.
So, but again, still no.
Yeah, the answer is absolutely not. We do not, everything that I'm saying isn't what Rachel thinks. This is all
Right.
according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, right? So we want to ensure that every single thing that your baby wears is not loose. We do not want any loose blankets. And sometimes people say, well, I saw the nurse wrap my baby in the blanket. Okay, that's actually incorrect. We actually have an entire program just focused on the medical field. We do not want any of our babies wrapped in anything loose. Wearable blankets, okay, those wearable blankets, those sleep sacks are great. Swaddlers are great as long as they have the free range of motion of the arms. That's what we want, okay? Now, Alima mentioned there's a ton of things on the market, right? Sleep is actually a multi-billion-dollar industry, right? So, I kind of joke about this because about 10 years ago, I know for a fact, if I would have mentioned the word melatonin, nobody on this call would know what the word melatonin was, because 10 years ago, it wasn't a thing. But now it's like this massive craze. And I spoke with the doctor about it, and melatonin is much like vitamin C. You don't really need it unless you're deficient in it. Okay. And so that's kind of like these baby safety sleep items. You don't need any of them. They're all actually really, really unsafe. And so some people ask me, well, Rachel, if they're unsafe, then why do they sell them? And my answer is always the same. And I'm sure if I asked you the question, you'd be able to give me the same answer. Money, right? So people say, well, Rachel, if these companies, know that these items are accidentally killing infants, why don't you call the Consumer Product Safety Commission and tell them? Well, to the same answer is, well, if I called the Consumer Product Safety Commission and said, my uncle passed away of smoking cigarettes, can you pull them off the shelves? They would laugh, right? So we want to make sure that we, as parents, as caretakers, as people who love our infants and know what's best for our infants, are doing what is best for our infants with the knowledge that we have. And we mentioned earlier about being a bad parent, and that I really, really want to mirror what Vanessa said. Okay, because sometimes I see people and I hear people and parents say, oh my gosh, I'm doing everything wrong. I'm such a bad parent. No, you are an excellent parent. You right now are doing everything that you can to keep your baby safe, healthy, and well. And that's why we have these forums. That's why we have these discussions, to give you the information so you are informed to do what's best for your baby. So I want you to be rest assured that you are the best parent out there. And now we know the ABCs of safe sleep, and we want to make sure that we follow them.
All right. And can you give me those ABCs again? I know Tashia answered it, but somebody asked, so we want to make sure it's clear. What does ABC for safe sleep stand for?
Sure. Actually, I want you guys to answer it. I said it in the beginning. I want you guys to tell me, what are the ABCs?
Tashia put it in the chat, but if you want to write in the chat, what are the ABCs of safe sleep? Because we want to make sure that everybody is aware. And while you're putting that in the chat, there we go, Susie. Thank you. Alone. What about the B? Here we go. Shantae, alone, back crib, ABC. Yes, correct. Alone on the back in the crib. That's it.
Yes.
Simple, right? If anyone on the call does not know, I recently posted about it on Healthy Start's Facebook page, maybe sometime this past week. Boppy did a recall. They had 8 sleep-related deaths to the famous Boppy, right? Again, with those few minutes of not removing the baby and putting the baby alone on the back in the crib, baby falls asleep and things happen and the baby suffocates, unfortunately. And it's very sad. So we just want to make sure, again, that you're following the ABCs, right? The baby sleeps in a crib or in their bassinet alone, tight-fitted crib sheet, and that's all the baby needs. You can put them in there, the onesie sleeper with the footy zipped up, or the sleep sack so the arms can, move if baby doesn't want to be all tight. And to keep baby safe. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So I know we ran over a little bit. I do have the PSA available. I am going to play it for you all. Somebody mentioned about, do we have any bags? I actually do. I have some leftover from the event, and I love to give things away. I am not in the office today, folks, so please don't come running up, barging up on my fellow coworkers, but I will be in tomorrow. And if you want to reach me, contact Healthy Start. Ask for me, Alima, the community liaison, or in reference to the infant mortality awareness event. they will forward you to me, and I will let you know the time that you can come. It will be between 10 and 4, and they are as supplies last. I do recommend that you call Healthy Star so I can save you a trip if I don't have any more. To let you know, as far as the gift card winners, same thing. Make sure you message me. I do have another gift card for my safe sleep question. And I kind of just said it, but let's throw it out again. Okay, so if your baby is, or if you think your baby is cold at night, how can you keep baby warm by keep practicing the ABCs of safe sleep? What can you use to keep baby warm? Okay, and that answer will get a $15 Walmart gift card. That again, I am not in the office today. I am on the road. If some of you are at your doctor's appointments, you will see me cruising through, depending on what area you are in. But tomorrow you will be able to pick these up. And let me see, first person, if the baby is warm, cold, or you think the baby is cold, how can you put your baby to sleep safely? And Shauna K. Henry is a sleep sack.
Yay!
Congratulations. Okay, so see, we got a lot of things in here. So no extra clothes, because you don't want the baby to get too hot.
Nope.
Full sleeper can work, but the recommendation is the sleep sack. Rachel will tell you where you can get them from. Amazon is my best friend. Sometimes they tell you they can have it at your doorstep by 5 o'clock in the same day. You also have Walmart, Target, and other places where you can purchase them from. They are reasonable and affordable. She also told you if you come through the Safe Sleep program that they actually give you one. You have to be a Broward resident. Show proof of need, which could be a WIC or
Medicaid food stamps. We'll walk you through it. We just make sure you call the number.
Yeah, so reach out to Healthy Star. Hold on, I see some other things on here. Buy a self-fitted blanket. Well, that's the fitted crib sheet, but we're talking about keeping the baby warm, which they have said a sleep sack, a wearable blanket. I'm not sure if that's considered the sleep sack, but let's just keep it a sleep sack. No weighted blankets, thinking that's going to keep it in place. Please, absolutely not. So thank you so much, Shauna K. Henry. You know what to do. Make sure you message me at Broward Healthy Start Coalition on our Facebook so I can get your information and you can pick up that gift card. And again, about those bags, like I said, tomorrow I will be in the office. Please reach out, call Healthy Start, ask for me. I'm going to put the number up again for the Safe Sleep as well as how to reach me. So there we go. It's 954-567-7174. There's one more thing that we didn't get a chance to talk about, and I didn't have anyone on, but I do want to play this clip. Listen, we live in South Florida. It's very hot. Sometimes I get in my car, like I said, I travel. I go to the office, and sometimes you may see me in your doctor's offices, or sometimes in the birthing hospitals. I'm in there too, working with the nurses, working with your OBs and the MAs, and I can run into an office for 5 or 10 minutes and come out, and on my dash it says 102 degrees. In 5 minutes. They could have just said 80 because I was in there with my AC blowing, and I go into the office and come out and I start the car up. The car is hot. I have these portable shades that I put on the car for my young children, and it has like a little circle. I got them from Walmart. It was 2 in a pack for $10, and it says hot to let you know that the car is hot, right? I don't have deep tinted windows, so I had to work with it. But it says the car is hot. We lose a lot of babies also due to babies being left in the car. Okay, and again, it's not about being a bad parent. Not about being a bad parent. You're a great parent. Things happen. Okay. So they started this Look For You Lock campaign. Look before you lock. We have people that's coming out with all these different campaigns because it may not even be you, the parent. You may have left them with a friend, right? Who doesn't have children, or children are older. You may have left them with the grandparents or auntie or uncle. And that's not their day-to-day, right? The routine is different. I switched my children's school, and still to this day, they've been in this different school for about 4 or 5 months. And I still find myself sometimes driving to their old school and riding past where they go now, because I have a routine. Okay, so they have these cool Look For You Lock stickers. In the video, you'll see where to get those from. But we want to make sure we have people that say they take one shoe off and put the shoe in the back seat where the baby is, so they always remember that they have to go and get their shoe once they stop. Just to make sure that the babies are not being left unattended in a car for any reason. And not only just because it's hot, and well, definitely because it's hot, but also I seen on the news about 2 weeks ago, a lady parks in front of the 7-Eleven, leaves the baby inside with the car running. She's like, okay, I don't want to take the baby out. So now instead of turning the car off and it being hot, I'm going to leave the car running.
Sure.
And she runs into the 7-Eleven. She parks right in front of the doors, and there's a gentleman standing in line. He watches her come in. She gets in line. She's the next person in line. And as she goes to talk to the cashier, he walks out. They have it all on camera. Hops in her car and speed off. She come running out of the 7-Eleven, screaming, trying to get someone to help her, jumps in someone else's car, and she's following. And then they're playing the 911 call in the background of her frantic saying that somebody stole the car, and her 2-year-old is inside in the car seat. So eventually, great outcome is that they found the car because the guy ended up ditching the car, and they ended up finding the guy 2 days later, and he was arrested. But again, for any reason, not even for a second, if you have to get gas, my suggestion is to get gas when you don't have your baby. Don't wait for the gas to get low. So you don't have to leave the baby in the car to pump the gas. It's just way, way too hot.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot to that. We're going to play the Safe Sleep PSA, which I really hope you take the time to check out. Then we'll come back for a close. And again, I'll tell you how to pick up those prizes. All right, here we go.
Log on to cscbroward.org to learn more and to request your Look Before You Lock window cling.
All right, so that is that one. That is cscbroward.org, and you can get for that Look for Your Lock sticker for your window that can remind you as you're getting out of your car to check the back seat. And now let's shoot to our Safe Sleep PSA.
Your baby snuggled next to you for a good night's sleep. Sounds delightful. But it can be deadly. Babies die because of unsafe sleep habits.
In the past 5 years, we have lost 70 infants due to sleep-related deaths. That is not counting the 4 that have occurred this year in 2021. Out of those 70 deaths, 67% occurred in an adult bed. 4% have occurred in an unsafe sleep space, like a couch or a chair. We've had infants roll in between the wall and the mattress. We actually recently had a death like that. The common message that we want to share, not only in Broward County, but nationally, is the cornerstone of safe sleep, the ABCs. A stands for alone. Your baby should always be placed to sleep alone in the safe sleep space. B stands for back. Your baby should always be placed to sleep on their backs for each and every sleep, including nap time. And C stands for crib. We want every single baby to be placed in either a crib, a bassinet, or a portable crib, otherwise known as a pack and play.
Broward Healthy Start created initiatives to educate families and caretakers on safe sleep practices, which include a local ordinance passed in 2016 mandating childcare and daycare centers practice safe sleep habits. The ordinance also requires staff members to be trained in safe sleep, according to recommendations made by the American Academy of Pediatrics. Other initiatives include the CRIBS program, funded by the Children's Services Council of Broward County. The CRIBS program educates parents and caretakers on the importance of safe sleep and provides 450 safe sleep spaces for families in Broward County who are in need. The Model Behavior Program encourages doctors, nurses, and physician assistants to practice safe sleep habits in front of their patients, while also educating parents and caretakers on the importance of safe sleep habits. Neighbors for Neighbors would like to thank Broward Healthy Start Coalition.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. I really hope that the information that you received today was helpful. We're doing this again because September is Infant Mortality Awareness Month, and we just want to bring awareness to infant mortality, talk about baby safety and preventative measures. All right. So today we talked about fetal kick count, countthekicks.org. I want to put the banner up one more time for anybody that is watching that is pregnant, or if you're watching later. Download this free app. iPhone, Android, you can do it on your Fitbit watch or your iWatch for you to be able to count the kicks. Create that free profile so it can log your kick count and your patterns. So it can remind you about counting your kicks and also letting you know, hey, if your pattern has changed and if it's not normal. Because we want you to contact your healthcare provider immediately. Do not wait. If you do not feel your baby moving, contact your healthcare provider immediately. baby should be active. You should feel the 10 movements within a 2-hour period. So if you feel like, hey, I don't remember him moving or she moving in a while, let's start kick counting from that point. And if nothing has changed, you need to contact your care provider. Okay. So that's countthekicks.org. Again, when we talk about our Safe Sleep program, you can contact us, Broward County resident, proof of need, and Rachel went over some of those things. But if you do not remember, you can always reach out to us here at safesleep@browardhsc.org or contact Healthy Start 954-567-7174. Thank you so much again to Vanessa Figueroa, watersmartbroward.org. Again, if you are in need of those pool alarms to go over your sliding glass doors or your front doors or anywhere your pool entry is, we have those free for you. All you have to do is come pick them up. Vanessa is going to arrange to bring some over to Healthy Start later this week. So once they are here, please reach out to me as early as next week so we can schedule a time for you to come pick those up if you would like them. They are free to you. Also, we want to thank Samantha Silver, our FEMA program manager here. She gave the information. Again, we want community involvement. We want your input. We want to be able to help give back and come up with new ideas and new trends on how we can help bring the infant mortality rate down. So again, if you want to reach out or join the community action group that she was talking about for FEMA, you can contact her at ssilver@browardhsc.org or 954-760-1688. For anyone who has suffered a loss and you are in need of grief counseling, or if you know someone who has suffered a loss, miscarriage, or stillbirth, or things of that sort, fetal loss, please reach out. We have free bereavement support. We offer it in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Creole. You can do those counsel sessions one-on-one or in group, and I believe you can do it virtually or in person. Contact Tomorrow's Rainbow, 954-978-2390, or reach out to us here at Broward Healthy Start Coalition. Again, 954-567-7174. I know this is a lot of information, but again, that's the beautiful thing about doing this live, because once I end this broadcast, it'll be saved to our page. So you'll be able to go back, rewatch the presentations and hear some of this information again if you do forget. Vanessa did share how you can go about getting those swim coupon vouchers and to talk about places you can go to start getting those swim lessons for your children starting at 6 months. And I also love that they're doing the trial. So listen, take advantage. Before it used to be up to 4. Now they're going to extend it starting October 10th to age 8, which is big. And even for myself, my oldest is 6 years old, and I definitely missed that window because I didn't create the time. But now that they gave this opportunity, I definitely want to take advantage of that. So please, again, so watersmartbroward.org, you want to reach out for that. Like I said, I do have leftover bags. I will be in the office tomorrow. So reach out to Healthy Start again. The number 954-567-7174 tomorrow to call. Ask for me, Alima, the community liaison. They will forward the call over to me. And if I still have the bags available and you want to be on your way, you're more than welcome to have them. As you all know, I love to stuff the bag with diapers, wipes, which I feel like is the most essential thing with the baby. And if I have your size, you are more than welcome to have that bag. Same thing for my gift card winners. If you won today, please make sure you reach out to me at Healthy Star's Facebook page, instant message with your first, last name, and phone number so I can contact you and we can make arrangements for you to come pick up your gift cards. Again, I just want to say thank you for everyone for watching and participating. I hope everyone has a happy Wednesday. I hope everybody stays safe. I hope you have healthy babies, healthy pregnancies, and stay healthy. And let's do our part by doing these preventative measures that we learned of today. Thank you again to Rachel Seeley, our Safe Sleep Program Manager. She's always awesome. Her presentations are always great. I'm going to bring her on because I can see her thumbs up. So thank you so much, Rachel, again. And again, folks, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. All right. So enjoy your Wednesday. Practice safe sleep. Practice safety in the car. Look before you lock to make sure that you don't leave those precious little ones in the back seat. Make sure you are counting those kicks. Download that app. And make sure that there is no loose water around the house in the bathtubs, buckets, or anywhere else. Fence. And again, about those doorbell alarms, those door alarms, please, if you are in need of them, come see us. We can get those for you for free. All right. So thank you so much, folks. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we are out of here.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, everyone.